అందరికీ నమస్కారం. ఈరోజు వెబినార్ సెషన్ డిజిటల్ టూల్స్ ఫర్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ ఆర్పిగా జీనత్ రెహమాన్ గారు ఉంటారు. జీనత్ రెహమాన్ గారు టాటా ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ఆఫ్ సోషల్ సైన్సెస్ నందు అసోసియేట్ గా పనిచేస్తున్నారు. జీనత్ రెహమాన్ గారు వివిధ రాష్ట్రాల్లో ఎన్నో మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ టీచర్స్ కొరకు ఎన్నో టీచర్ ట్రైనింగ్ ప్రోగ్రాంలు మరియు వర్క్ షాప్ కండక్ట్ చేసినటువంటి అనుభవం ఉంది. అలాగే జీనత్ రెహమాన్ గారికి ఎన్నో ఆన్లైన్ కోర్సెస్ నిర్వహించినటువంటి అనుభవం కూడా ఉంది. అలాగే జీనత్ రెహమాన్ గారి ఎన్నో పేపర్స్ కూడా పబ్లిష్ అయ్యాయి. అఫ్ఘాన్ స్టూడెంట్స్ కి మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ పైన కూడా శిక్షణ ఇచ్చినటువంటి అనుభవం జీనత్ రెహమాన్ ఉంది. అలాగే ఈరోజు మనకు ప్యానల్ మెంబర్స్ గా శ్రీ రామాంజనేయులు గారు రిటైర్డ్ లెక్చరర్ డైట్ వికారాబాద్ మరియు శ్రీ పి అశోక్ గారు లెక్చరర్ డైట్ నిజామాబాద్ మరియు కిరణ్ కుమార్ గారు డైట్ ఆదిలాబాద్ నుండి ఈరోజు ప్యానల్ మెంబర్ గా వ్యవహరిస్తారు. అలాగే సాంకేతిక సహాయకులుగా శ్రీ లక్ష్మీనాథం గారు జడ్పిహెచ్ఎస్ ఇందల్బాయ్ డైట్ నుంచి వ్యవహరిస్తారు. ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ జీనత్ మేడం, ప్లీజ్ టేక్ వెబినార్ సెషన్. జీనత్ మ్యామ్.
Yes,
Zenith
thank you,
ma'am.
sir. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I will switch on the video for a few seconds just to hello everyone. Good morning, everyone. So so today I will be introducing some mass digital tool. I will switch off the video and start my screen so you see tools I'm exploring. Okay. Okay, so so I will be showing you some of the maths digital tool that we developed as a part of Clicks project. Am I audible? Like, someone confirm? Shashank, can you confirm? Like, it is going well. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. So so I will be introducing some maths module. So this is in test. Now it is up as a OER website, Open Education Resource website. So any of you can go in this website. You just have to type https clicksoer.tis.edu, and this is how the home page looks like. If you click on maths, I also so basically there are some other domain modules also, like module on digital literacy, English, communicative English, and some maths module. So I will be introducing only the maths module here. Okay, somehow I'm not able to browse through this. Okay, so so these are the mathematics module, and the objective for choosing certain topics in maths module was purely based on like we wanted to take up very foundational topics in mathematics. So as we know that geometry kind of covers some 30% of higher school mathematics. So that's why we choose geometric reasoning as a foundational topic for maths. Apart from that, if we see, and another interesting thing which and kind of was also our kind of main guiding principle was we choose a topic which is interconnected and interrelated and actually integrated with other mathematical concepts. So if we see math is not a like if we take any topic, let's say topic of fraction or topic of geometry or like they are not standalone separate subjects, and if we teach them as a separate subject it causes more like difficulty, and it becomes more challenging for students. So we also need to see the connection of one topic with several other topics. So we focused on those very important ideas while choosing the topic where we wanted to make the tools and the kind of simple curriculum. And yeah, and also we so as I go along I will talk more about the uh, like the founding principles or the logic behind choosing certain topic and like making some particular activity on that. Okay, so there are three topics in which you will find the modules. So one is geometric reasoning, and geometric reasoning module is quite big, so we had to divide it into two parts: geometric reasoning part 1 and geometric reasoning part 2. But it's actually one module, but it's divided into two parts considering the amount of time one has to spare for each module. Then there is one on proportional reasoning, and so proportional reasoning, again, it's a very foundational topic and it's not uh, one topic, so it kind of covers the idea of fraction, additive thinking, multiplicative thinking. So multiplicative thinking doesn't mean just multiplication. The idea of multiplication, division, and the wide range of application this multiplication and division have in the domain of mathematics and in general life. For example, the simpler abstraction of length into breadth, like the area of a rectangle length, that kind of is abstracted from the idea of multiplicative thinking. So that's the reason we chose proportional reasoning. It's a very broad topic and it like kind of integrates lot of different mathematical concepts. The third topic is linear equations. So we know that algebra also is a very dominant topic in maths, and which also scares a lot of student. So here the objective is to allow children to also explore the graphical representation of it. And so the linear equation is like with like yeah, so mostly even the general world problems, real life problems, how we can represent it with the use of variables, and how we can represent it graphically. So based on those insights and based on those ideas, this module is being developed. Okay, so now I will go straight to the modules, and as I go along, maybe we can say some more thing about those modules. So I will start with geometric reasoning module. So so there are in part 1 of geometric reasoning module there are 3 units, and there is a sequence that is followed. So for example, starting with understanding the concept of shape to analyzing and describing shapes more in terms of the properties. So and they have purely followed Van Heel levels of learning geometry. So that if any of you are interested, you can always explore the literature on Van Hill. It's a classic theory and widely used by many researcher, educator in understanding students reasoning about geometric thinking. So so I'll give a very brief idea. Like initially, student see shapes as a whole, like they can and they may have general prototypes for shape, like rectangle is something which looks like a door or window. Rather looking at the properties, that rectangle is something which have right angle, which have opposite pair of sides equal and parallel, things like that. Okay, so to make student explore all these, we have used some tools. So once you click on unit 1, you will go to this page where there are several lessons, pre-assessment. This is a hands-on activity, magic pinwheel, which student can do with colorful origami papers. Then there is what is shape lesson, and there are some hands-on as well as digital activities. One is using turtle logo. So I was overhearing someone saying they have already explored Turtle logo. So then I won't go deep into it. Can someone confirm? Hello? Uh, hello? Can you hear me? Can
Yes, yes.
someone?
Yes,
Yeah.
please
So
proceed.
I just wanted to please. Okay, ठीक है. So yeah. So here in the concept of shape, we have used turtle logo, drawing from Seymour Paperd's idea of constructionism, uh, where children learn by actually constructing. And Seymour Papert this has created this turtle logo platform, and it's actually a very basic, it gives a very basic foundational about idea about programming language, where there is a small robot like this turtle, for which we can give command to that small turtle and it will follow our command. So once we click here, there are some very simpler commands. Actually, if you explore the generic turtle logo available in website, you will find a n number of commands here. But many a times, lot of commands can also be distracting. So for our objective, we reduce the number of commands to 3 simple commands: forward, left, and right. And also with less commands, that also becomes challenging in some cases, and that also allows children to like come up with new strategy to try out different shapes using these, only these two simpler commands, or maybe the three commands. So, and if you see here, we have left the default angle that comes is 0, rather the generic one which gives 90-degree. So okay, now I will change it to some angle. Maybe this also I can change to some value, let's say 45. Okay, and I will apply these commands on the turtle. So yeah, actually I have lot of pictures of what all things students have made using turtle logo. Here the task that we gave student was to make a square. And it is such a aha moment when student realize that they had to use the same command, like some forward value, and this angle has to be 90-degree. So no matter what is the length, like this value can be anything, but if the angle is same, it will give us a square. So basically, to address this Van Hill level 0, where students are recognizing shape mostly in terms of visual appearance, or like some regular prototypes, they move to a more specific property related understanding of shapes. Okay, so this is one tool. I will not go more deep into it. It's a very simpler tool, and I would like you to explore it further. Okay, now I will move to another tool that we developed in-house. Not exactly in-house, but like in Clicks, because Turtle logo is developed and being used widely. But this is okay. This is in Unit 2. I will cut unit 2. So in in unit 2, lesson 1, in the second activity is about police squad mission 1. So there are some 4 missions. I will take you through. Maybe I will cut these. Okay. So as you move to unit 2 lesson 1, there will be a simpler video to describe how this police squad game work. One more thing I wanted to tell you, that you can change the language if you wanted to explore things in Hindi or in Telugu. Likewise, you can click here and change the turn the language. Right now I'm not changing the language because otherwise all the languages, like all the videos are in language. So right now I'm keeping it as English. But so yeah, here it's in Hindi. So even the police squad game is in Hindi, English, and Telugu. You can explore whichever language you wanted to explore in. Okay. So and this one is the English version. So okay. So once I click let's start, the game starts with some storyline. So like once in some time alien came and things like that. So there is a nice storyline, and like children love stories, so we wanted to give them a background rather making the digital activity like totally coming out of blue. So there is a nice storyline for the game. I will skip the storyline now. So there are 4 missions in the police squad game. Maybe I will briefly talk about first 2 missions. Third and fourth mission maybe you can explore on your own. uh, okay. So okay, okay, I'll directly move to mission 1. So there is a specific story for mission 1 also. I will skip all of them and move to the game. So as you see, there are levels. So even in mission 1 there are levels: level 1, level 2, level 3. And as you move to higher level, the sophistication also increases. Sophistication can be increased in terms of number of shapes and also the properties. So how the game is played, as you can see the screen, there are some shapes in this window. Then you have to press clue. And okay, I'll briefly tell about the storyline. So the storyline is like there are some aliens and all of them look the same. The only distinct feature in them is they have a shape marked on their chest, and the shapes are geometric shapes. And there is some case of stealing, and it's being recorded in a camera or something, and it can give you like a response. So like property based response. So for example, if there is a question, the culprit has less than 5 straight sides. So so the storyline is like, so some of the aliens were caught, and of whom there are some innocent aliens, and one of the alien is the culprit, and we have to find out that one alien who's the culprit, like who was involved in the stealing activity, and based on these clue. So the clue says the culprit has less than 5 straight sides. So and see, you have to remember, this game is played using the rule of elimination. So we have to find the culprit using the rule of elimination. We have to eliminate the innocents and not the culprit. So all of them are caught right now, and we know the culprit has less than 5 straight sides. So we know for sure that this guy is going to be innocent because it has more than 5 straight sides. uh, okay, and all other have 4 sides. So we know for sure that this is not the culprit, this is the innocent. We can release them. We can ask for next clue. The culprit has more than one equal pair of sides. Okay. One more thing I want you to notice is like there are some tools which can help you find out these properties. And I wanted to say one more thing, that this game was developed through a lot of like field trials with young students in the 8th ninth grade. And these tools are also developed because we noticed that they use such kind of simpler tools to find out if the sides are equal or not. So for example, equal size tool, once you click and if you take it to the shape, it will show which all sides are equal. So this one this one has any side equal? No, this one is not having any side equal. This one also doesn't have any side equal. So this has equal pair of sides. Okay, so now I will check. You can also check parallel lines like this. You can increase and turn it and check if there are any parallel lines. So far only this shape has parallel lines, so you can like just confirm if they are parallel or not using this tool. So this is one tool, and also right angle tool, just to confirm if something is right angle or not. Like if you wanted to check uh, this, if this angle is right angle or not, so it's clearly visible that this angle is not a right angle. Okay, so okay, now the clue says the culprit has more than equal pair of sides. So from this we can clearly make out that this is going to be the culprit and this is going to be innocent. So we will release these two, and the game is done. So we caught the culprit. So and it also says fabulous work, you caught the culprit. So likewise there are like if you continue, you will be moved to another such kind of game, another like set of shapes and another set of clue. So this is all about mission 1. uh, okay, I will also introduce you to mission 2, but for that I have to click on this game again. Okay. Meanwhile, I can start the Hindi, like Hindi version. Okay, there is this music. Okay, so there is a inbuilt music which you can pause by clicking on the sound icon. Okay, now I will skip and show you the second mission. Okay, so as you saw in the first mission, it is based on like it allows student to notice the properties and also use the principle of elimination to eliminate some shapes based on properties. This one is again drawing from Seymour Papert idea of constructionism. Here students have to construct their own question with these set of words, like properties of shapes. So for example, like here also they had to eliminate shapes, and there is a robot, as you can see. So this will give the response yes and no, but you have to construct a question. And for example, so for that I had to maybe look at the common property in these shapes and find out like which, by what property I can eliminate shapes. For example, let's say if I wanted to use the number of side, this has 3 side, this has more than this has 6 side, some has 4 sides. So if I make a question like more than 4, so I don't need these commands maybe, so I will just use this more than 4 sides ask. So does the culprit have more than 4 sides? So the robot says no. So that clearly says that I can release maybe this one. and this one. Okay. Okay, so okay, sorry. So here one coin is lost. So that means maybe I have done some mistake. That's also an indicator. Uh, okay, okay, fine. Yeah. So then maybe I can construct some more question. At least so we can see that all of them has one pair of equal sides. Um, this one doesn't have a pair of equal side. Pair of sides. Okay. So okay, I overlooked this fact that this shape also has one pair of equal sides. So the robot gave a command that seems like this property, all the shapes have these property. uh, so that question is a redundant question. So it doesn't help me like eliminate any shape. So and I also wanted to emphasize one point, that the advantage of digital tool and activity is that the cost of making error is very less. Like on a paper pencil thing, if you by mistake if you draw something or make an error in constructing an angle or a side of a particular length, the cost is more. In the sense, you have to rub it, there is a use of physical energy and all this. But on a digital platform, you can make error. And this is also one of the founding principle of clicks module and clicks pedagogy in general, where uh, apart from the safe space for learning, you learn from mistakes. So there is no fear in making mistakes, because we learn from mistakes. So basing our pedagogy on this principle, that we learn from mistakes, so allowing students to make mistakes and learn from it. And also many a times when they are making mistake, there's the role of teacher become very prominent, because through discussion and discourse only teacher can help and have an idea about why something come out as a error here. So what is the mathematical logic or reasoning behind it, that why this question is a redundant question, because this property seems like everyone have this property. So in case, in case, like instead of, if I would have written two, like does it have two equal pair of sides, maybe I could have if yes and no, I could have separated out this shape with the other, because all other no, sorry, this one also has only one pair of equal sides. uh, but maybe I would have at least of these four shapes, I could have separated it into two groups, like one having more than two equal pair of sides, and these two having only one pair of equal sides. So with like constant trial and error, we kind of build this understanding about certain property of a shape, or why certain thing is behaving in a particular way. Okay, so once we complete this level, we move to another level, and so this is the way we play on the game. I can play more, but maybe there are some other tools which I wanted to introduce. So for the time being, I will just stop here about mission 2. Okay, so I will cut these things because okay. Okay, now I will move to the second module of our second module of our clicks, which is proportional reasoning. And as I said, that proportional reasoning is also a very broad topic, covering a lot of math concepts that come in middle grades and also higher grades. Okay, so here the module is sequenced, and here also we have drawn idea from a lot of research literature, which says how students move, like many initially students use a lot of additive thinking. Like for example, if we say, okay, 4 is bigger than 2, how much 4 is bigger than 2? So they will say, okay, 4 is bigger than 2 by 2 more amounts. But saying that 4 is double of 2 is a multiplicative thinking. So and what we have found that like what literature says that this is a higher level of thinking than the additive thinking. Like students are still able to understand the additive thinking, like the difference between two number, rather seeing how many times the bigger number is to the smaller number. So but actually over the time what we found that students are also comfortable with multiplicative thinking, and they constantly switch between multiplicative thinking and additive thinking. So that's why unit 1 is more about differentiating these two types of thinking. Then unit 2 focuses only on multiplicative thinking and different problems around it. Then we move to ratio and proportion, some other application of uh, proportional thinking and multiplicative thinking. And then there are some application problems. So there are a lot of digital activities in first unit and also in third unit. Okay, so as you click on unit 1, you will see these kind of this window will open, and there are some activities. Tangram is again a hands-on activity, so there is a detailed description of it. If you click here, you can explore. And these are the digital activities. So here again we have used a storyline as in geometric reasoning, because we felt that one thing is students are interested in reading stories, and also to base the activity in some with some meaningful context. So here the first story is about Jamuni learns to share. So here so we know that like a lot of children have an anxiety and fear of math. So here also Jamuni is quite insecure about her mathematical ability, and she's telling it like, I think I'm weak in math. But her teacher says ki, why do you think so that you are weak in math? And she kind of like changes a math problem into a very realistic problem. And as you can see, as you move forward in the storyline, like she gives her a context where she had to distribute food items to all other students in a picnic context. And that with that context we move to these digital tools: fair sharing among friends, fair sharing among friends, to fair sharing equal group, fair sharing unequal groups. So I'll take you to these tools. So once you click here, you will be moved to this page. And there is a simpler video showing how you represent different fractions. So you can explore this video sometime. And this is just because one has to also insert the fractional value. And this is the game how we play it. And once you click here, the start, the first game appears. So the first game or the first activity is like this. The first activity screen is like this, where there are these three cakes or chapatis or rotis, whatever you say. And there are four children, and Jamuni has to distribute these three cakes, three rotis, three chapatis to these four children. So how she will do that? So anyone wants to say, like, or should I continue? I don't know, it may be difficult. Okay, so here she will use this like she can use her mouse to move these cakes, and she can click on any of them. Like either she can cut it into two pieces or maybe four pieces, and then move these pieces. Okay, so here now for this, either she can cut again these cake into four pieces and distribute it equally, or she can use some other strategy like distributing it into two pieces and giving them like this. and for this also distributing it into two pieces and giving them like this. Okay, so okay, and we think this action is very important for a student to understand the real meaning of fraction. And then she has to, the student also has to insert the value that each one is getting 3/4 of a cake. Okay, you also get a response. Yeah, well done. Every child received the same amount of food, that is 3/4 of a cake. Okay, now we can close this. So this was the first tool, just to understand this. Mm, then there is fair sharing among friends. So here you saw that the number of chapatis were less than the number of students. Another game level where fair sharing among students is there are more chapati than the number of students. So actually they don't have to like cut it, use the cutting tool. Okay, here is also a view demo of cutting tools. If in one case one doesn't know how to cut, they can use the demo tool, but I already showed you how to cut. So they will distribute it to each, and they will use this one and cut it again into four pieces and uh, give it to each of them. Okay, and so you can guess how much each one is getting. Either you can directly write 5/4 of each piece, or you can, like, one can write in different form the same fractional value. So we have added some different number, like in whatever way student wanted to represent the fraction value, that is allowed as a response. Okay, so this is tool 2. uh, Okay. So you saw that there is a variation in these two tools. In the first case, the amount was less than the number of students. In the second case, the amount was more than the number of students. So even groups are equal and unequal group. So fair sharing among equal groups. So they also had to make groups. Like, so there are 8 students. They had to make two equal groups. So two equal group, either they can put 4 people in whatever combination they want, like all boys, all girls, boys, girls, whatever combination they want, they will make two groups, and then they have to divide the pieces equally. So, like, and you have to do this physically, like, otherwise if you write the value that how much each one is getting, so you can calculate now that each group is getting 6 cakes. Okay, but if you at this point say sharing, then it won't allow you unless you actually do this whole activity here. So it's not just limited to writing the right answer, but it's also about the process of doing this whole work. And like, that's also an objective of like doing this math, where you're just not focused on like writing the right answer, but also doing these actions. Okay, so once it's done, you will get the right response. Okay, so this was where you make the groups in equal number, like 4/4. But the next level is about fair sharing unequal groups. So here, so it clearly says that one group will have 2 people, and another group will have 6 people. So one has to do all this. And so here the challenge come that you need to make sure that each one of them is getting a fair share of the chapati. So here the idea of equal is not that like, okay, there are only 2 people, so like I will like, or this group like you divide it in terms of group, like giving 6 chapati to this group and giving 6 chapati to this group. That won't be fair. You have to give in a way this one group one get equals. So that will bring out the equity question where like Jamuni is asked to work on the fair share thing. Okay. 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 There was some interruption. Okay. So, it's cool for you to explore. It's not very difficult. One can find out the actual value so that each one gets a equal share, and then they have to write the value here and click on sharing done. Okay, then I will introduce some other activities that we have here. Okay. So far, is there any question on this, or should I continue? Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, maybe I'll continue. All these tools in lesson 1. In lesson 2, there are some other tools, which is about compare and so also there is a storyline. I might have already opened the storyline. Yeah. So in lesson 2, this storyline is about so Jamuni's parent work in a construction site, and they are eating together, and then the construction like the owner of the construction site kind of has to give them salary or equal distribution of food and things like that. So here also she needs to like to have her fair right. She kind of uses her mathematics to make sure that they are getting their proper rights, like so. So here also we have used the idea of equity and justice in the storyline, and after that she uses these mathematical ideas to play the activity, to play the game. So okay, so we'll play this game. Okay. Since I've already opened several windows, it takes some time. Okay. So now here also, as you can see, so here it is a simple response type screen. So group A has one worker less than group B. So you can see there are 5 workers and there are 6 workers. So so you just have to say, do you think the distribution of parathas is fair? So like so in the previous one, like each one is getting 4 by 5 paratha, and in this second one each one is getting 5 by 6 paratha. So okay, so do you think that the distribution of parathas is fair? So we can clearly see that actually there is a difference in each. So we can say like no and say done. Okay. I should have opened this window before because it takes time to load. Okay. So now this activity asks you, so here as you move forward, the activities are more discursive. So where you have to respond and using your thinking. And one more objective that we have in our digital activity, which is also drawing from Click's pillar of pedagogy, is peer learning. So all these decision making need a lot of thinking, and for that also we wanted students to sit in pair. So like lack of digital resources was never seen as a challenge, but was seen as a like useful resource for students to discuss with each other. So if there is only one computer or one like one screen to work on, if there are 2-3 students who have to share the same screen, all these decisions they have to make by discussing with each other. uh, like, and if they make a mistake they will get the feedback, but then they again had to discuss like why there is a mistake. So the second level is where they were asked, okay, in which group did the worker get a larger share of the food? So all you have to think is whether 4 by 5 is bigger than 5 by 6. So one can actually calculate it, or like can actually think it more in a visual way, that okay, like one person is getting more or less, like things like that, or if they are getting same amount. So uh, so let's say I choose group B. So okay, how did you arrive at this conclusion? So one has to also give a reason, justification for that, either we did it calculatively or saw it visually. uh, so click next to cutting tool to, okay, so now with that context it allows you to play this activity or the tool. I'm sorry about this, that it takes little while to load the activity screen. Uh, okay. So there are several such activities. So we just saw one: compare and share unequal groups. Then there is another version of that. Then is this distribution fair? And like there are two such activities on that. Since I have, I think only 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes left. No, it should, okay, maybe one more this activity. So okay, so this is in unit 1. These two lessons have several such activities tools, and unlike police squad game where once you enter the game there are different levels and things like that, here one has to go back to the module again and again too, because these are like simpler 1 page 2 page activity which one can do and then move to next activity. So here the like flow is little different. Okay, so it's still loading. Mm, okay. Okay, maybe if I can, okay. Okay, so once you click on explore you can actually go into the module and explore. But if I click here I can just show you the content flow, like what all topics are being covered in proportional reasoning. and and apart from digital tool we have also used a lot of hands-on tools. We have used the mode of blended learning. So where there is a kind of equal share of like digital activity and hands-on activity. But I think with the COVID crisis we are understanding the use of digital tools and like all these digital media more and more. So okay, this is also taking time to load. Okay, so okay, meanwhile I will introduce you to linear equation module. Sorry there is a jump, but this is taking long time. So I will briefly introduce in the last 10 minutes the linear equation module, though I couldn't cover the proportional reasoning module fully. Okay, so here also, as I earlier also mentioned, the objective that it's basically how we use variable to solve some to kind of model particular problem. So there are some like some units, and they are modeling particular kind of problem. So first unit is about making and solving puzzles. uh, okay, okay. Okay, so there are three contexts and kind of three tools. So puzzle with currency coins, guess the age puzzle, and guess the number. Okay, so where you can okay, so puzzles with currency coin. So as you can see, this is the interactive, where this is animation, this is the interactive which you can change. These are small animations. If one follows it for a while, they can understand like what exactly we are doing. So one is increasing or decreasing the number of one coin, number of two coins. So there are like different denominations of coins available here, which one can choose, and accordingly like increase the value or reduce the value. And you can see how it appears as a linear equation like 6. And later you just have to model it into a linear equation form and make a question out of it. Like, so there are some examples given, like okay, like if I have a certain number of 1 rupees coin, certain number of 2 rupees coin, and the total value is 27, and the value of 2 rupees coin is rupees 16, like what will be the value of 1 rupees coin, or the total number of 1 rupees coin, or things like that. All these questions one can make. Uh, the like those who develop this activity have in mind that it's generally that the learner were posed a question, like they had to solve a particular question. They were always like bombarded with question, and they have to find a solution or answer to it. But in this activity, uh, they are given these different denominations which they can choose and increase or decrease the value. uh, and yeah, so they can increase and decrease, or they this is just to do some trial and error, and play around with the different denominations and the resulting linear equation. And using that idea, they have to develop their own puzzle. So here is reversed, where learner don't have to solve the problem, learner have to make their own problem. So this is one such simulation. Apart from that, there is also guess my age puzzle, where this is a simple animation explaining that. And here okay, so we can select age of any uh, different ages. Okay, and then calculate. So youngest person, oldest person, so and the sum of their age is 14. So one can like develop even different problems using these as a variable. So using anyone's age as a variable, okay, let's say the sum of age of four friends is 50 years. Then and like making equations like one person is older, 2 year older than the first person, or three times older. The kind of questions we keep encountering in our algebra textbook. But like their things are many a times not very accessible, and it's always that the textbook gives you a problem. But here uh, the learner gets a first hand experience of creating such problem, and how it actually looks on the screen. So this simulation is for that. Then there is guess the number activity, where basically how a number is fact. Okay, this is the animation. how you wanted to factorize one number using, so for example, I wanted to, okay, 10 can be explained. Let's say I use this number 10 and want to express using 4 as factors, or 3 as factors, or 2 as factors. So it gives you different numerical representation using 2 as a factor or 3 as a factor or things like that. And here also again, like one has to, the learner has to create some algebraic expression, some linear equation, or some problem using this as a variable. So there are some example questions here, and students are asked to write their problems here in the comment section and create more problems, more such puzzles, and construct such questions on their own. Okay, so this is it. I will just check if that opened yet. Okay, this is still loading. Maybe uh, maybe I will cancel some of these things and check if it can be. Couldn't show unit 2. Okay, so in unit 2, a lot of activity are hands-on and classroom discussion based. So this is a very interesting activity, and I must give you little background of this activity. This sweeter tea. Actually, it was a coffee milk. It is widely used by Eleanor Duckworth, an educationist in Harvard. So she had widely used this coffee tea activity with simpler cubes or buttons with children, and had extensively discussed it with children. So even without knowing the fraction notation or fraction representation, young students could reason like whether the kind of thing we just did, like 4/5 is bigger than 4/5 is bigger than 5/6, or things like that. So without knowing all these representation also, one can discuss such thing. So it is, this activity is just for a classroom discussion. You can also try with your own kid, like this activity. This is certainly more discursive, not a digital tool. Okay, and there are some other tools. I hope I can show you. This is a pattern activity, and a very interesting pattern activity. Here also, one doesn't need to know a lot of mathematical representation, but can use their intuitive reasoning also to think proportionally. Okay. Okay, so one has to scale it up on this grid platform. So, and this you can see is a 3 by 3 grid, while this one is a 9 by 9 grid. So they just have to scale it up and think multiplicatively. They'll use this and let it like this. So okay, so yeah, maybe I will not keep on playing this, but you kind of get the idea that this same pattern we have to create, but on a bigger grid. So we just have to scale it up from 3 by 3 matrix to a 9 by 9 matrix. Okay. Okay, and one has to type in their response, like how many times scaled up is your pattern compared to the original one. So it is 3 times. Okay. Okay, and there is an explanation also that the bigger, though the pattern created is 9 times bigger than the original pattern, each side is multiplied by a factor of 3 times. So it's scaled up by a factor of 3. So a simpler explanation is also given. Similarly, there are other pattern activities also. I think I have already used my time. So I will not go into all other activities, but like this particular module has digital tools in unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4. So one can go and explore. Shashank, I think I have used up my time. Like maybe I can take up some question or discussion if someone has some very clarificatory question which I might have missed.
Narendra sir, over to you.
Okay. జీనత్ రెహమాన్ మేడం గారు గణిత బోధనలో ఉపయోగపడేటటువంటి వివిధ రకాలైనటువంటి డిజిటల్ యాక్టివిటీస్ గురించి వివరించడం జరిగింది. దీనికి సంబంధించినటువంటి ప్రశ్నలు ఇప్పుడు మన ప్యానల్ మెంబర్ నుంచి తీసుకుందాం. ముందుగా అశోక్ గారు, ప్లీజ్ రెస్పాండ్. అశోక్ గారు, ప్లీజ్ రెస్పాండ్. శశాంక్, ఈజ్ ఇట్ ఆడిబుల్?
Okay, right, sir. Sir.
అశోక్ గారు, ప్లీజ్.
Sir, good morning, sir. Sir, ఈ రోజు డిజిటల్ టూల్స్ ఫర్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ పైన ఉన్నటువంటి సెషన్ చాలా అద్భుతంగా జరిగింది. జినత్ రెహమాన్ గారు మిడిల్ స్కూల్స్ అండ్ హయ్యర్ మిడిల్ స్కూల్ పిల్లలకు mathematical concepts, integrating the different concepts ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేసి ఏ విధంగా టీచ్ చేయొచ్చు అనేటటువంటి అంశాలను చాలా చక్కగా చెప్పడం అనేటటువంటి జరిగింది. clicksoer.tis.education లో చాలా రిసోర్సెస్ అవైలబుల్ ఉన్నాయి. వాటిలో ముఖ్యంగా ఒక 3 మాడ్యూల్స్ గురించి ఈరోజు డిస్కస్ చేయడం అనేటటువంటి జరిగింది. జామెట్రికల్ రీజనింగ్ పార్ట్ 1, పార్ట్ 2, ప్రపోర్షనల్ రీజనింగ్, లీనియర్ ఈక్వేషన్, ఈ అంశాలపైన ఈరోజు చాలా క్లియర్గా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయడం అనేటటువంటిది జరిగింది. జామెట్రికల్ రీజనింగ్ లో టర్టిల్ లోగోను ఉపయోగించి డిఫరెంట్ షేప్స్, అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద షేప్స్, అనలైజింగ్ ద షేప్స్ వంటి అంశాలను ఏ విధంగా చేసి చూపొచ్చు అనేటటువంటి విషయాలను చెప్పడం జరిగింది. హలో, అండ్ వినబడుతుందా సార్?
వినబడుతుంది.
ఓకే,
వీడియో మీట్ ఉంది లక్ష్మీనాథన్ గారు, ప్లీజ్.
నాది వీడియో మ్యూట్ ఉంది, చూసినాను, ట్రై చేసినాను.
లక్ష్మీనాథన్ గారికి చెప్తాను.
ఓకే, అది యూనిట్ 1 లో యాక్చువల్ గా క్వశ్చన్స్ అయితే పిల్లల సైడ్ నుంచి ఏం లేవు సార్. ఈరోజు చెప్పినటువంటి అంశాలను ఒకసారి చెప్తున్నా నేను. జామెట్రిక్ రీజనింగ్ పార్ట్ 1 అండ్ పార్ట్ 2. జామెట్రిక్ రీజనింగ్ పార్ట్ 1 అండ్ పార్ట్ 2 గురించి చెప్పడం జరిగింది. దాంట్లో ఫస్ట్ టర్టిల్ లోగో ఉపయోగించి అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ద షేప్స్, అనలైజింగ్ ద షేప్స్ గురించి డిస్క్రైబ్ చేయడం జరిగింది. విజువలైజేషన్ టేక్స్ మోర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ రోల్ ఇన్ లెర్నింగ్ ద యాక్టివిటీ ఇన్ లెర్నింగ్ అనేటటువంటి అంశాన్ని టచ్ చేయడం జరిగింది. యూనిట్ 2 లోపట ప్యారలల్ లైన్స్, పర్పెండిక్యులర్ లైన్స్
Hello, I can't hear. Lost connection.
I think Ashok sir has been disconnected.
Okay. Next, Ramanjanayal sir, please respond. Any questions?
Zinat madam, actually your presentation was very nice and interesting. Actually, children will enjoy learning mathematics by doing this turtle blocks, police squad, and puzzles, stories. Actually, it was wonderful. But question is this clicks is open to all, and how they have to access it?
Yeah, it is open to all. It's available in this OER website. If you want, I can share the link of the website in the common chat, so anyone can access it. So OER means open educational resource. Anyone can access it and use it for their teaching, learning.
Yes, please, can you show how to access it?
Zinat ma'am, please. Zinat ma'am, please respond.
Yes, sorry. Actually, I responded. I don't know. Maybe my mic was mute. So I am sharing the link in the common chat. It is accessible. It is an open education resource, so anyone can access it for their personal use. Also in for schools, like for their own learning, for teaching, learning. You have to write it in the address bar. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you are in the right place. I think that is an inactive thing, so you have to explore from the main window. If you click on modules, maybe all other modules can be opened. If you click on that explore button, kind of
Okay.
rocket launcher image, then you can explore all the other modules. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
And also download like that cloud. You can also download in your machine, in your desktop or in your laptop, and can also work. So even offline, you can access the module.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah.
Next question. ఏమైనా ఉందా? కిరణ్ గారు, ప్లీజ్ రెస్పాండ్. డైట్ ఆదిలాబాద్, క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉన్నాయా? ఓకే.
Hello, sir.
కిరణ్ గారు, ప్లీజ్.
Yeah, few questions from our students. Are you able to, sir? Yeah, one student asked, can this be available offline regarding clicks? app what we are using for teaching mathematics, Zenith Madam has used, whether it is available offline. And children are very much, my trainees are very much impressed by your lesson, madam. And they're asking whether this Turtle tool what you have used is available on the Google Play Store. And another question is that whether we can use this app for teaching the properties of geometrical shapes. Okay, sir. Narendra, sir, these are the 3 questions.
Yeah, ma'am, Zenith madam, please respond.
Yeah. So, my answer to all your question is yes.
Yeah,
So
ma'am.
first question was whether it is available offline. So actually, yes, like a while ago when I think Sasank was showing, so there is a rocket launcher where you can explore, and there is a cloud. So you can, with clicking on the cloud icon, you can download the module and can use it offline. But remember that these tools are browser based, so
Okay.
your like your desktop should have like a Chrome base exploring kind of site, or maybe Firefox or Internet Explorer, but I think it works best with Google Chrome. So you
Okay.
need to have Google Chrome to explore these activities. So it is available offline. Secondly, for the second question, when you were saying if
Turtle
I
tool is
think you asked if it, yeah, that is one thing. But you also said if it is available in Google Play Store or
yeah.
not. Actually, I am not sure if it is available on Google Play Store, but I feel there will be uh, like, I think there is some limitation to work these turtle logo on a small screen, because like you really need a big screen to create a lot of different shapes and designs, which may not be very possible on a small screen like a handset or like tab.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
I am not sure if it is available on Play Store or not, but I feel pedagogically it will be more useful if one
Yeah.
do like use a turtle logo on a bigger screen like a computer or like laptop or things like that.
Yes, ma'am.
But you can explore it in Play Store if it is available or not. Another last question that you asked, whether these can be used for teaching geometric property and all.
Yeah.
Definitely, like
Yeah.
this is something was there in our mind when we were developing this module, throughout our mind, that what will make these properties interesting, and what will make children really keen observer of these minute properties. So all these activities were made keeping that in mind, so you can definitely use it in your regular teaching as well.
Thank you, ma'am, for clearing the doubts of my trainees, Diet Adlabad. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Narendra, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. రేపటి వెబినార్ సెషన్ ఇన్స్కేప్ పైన ఉంటుంది. తప్పకుండా ఛాత్రోపాధ్యాయులందరూ కూడా సద్వినియోగం చేసుకోవాల్సిందిగా కోరుచు. నమస్తే.